Hello everyone. This is going to be my first ever video that I'm going to be doing on Path of Exile 2, and I've gotten a little bit of comments saying, how like my Elements of Infusion build works and stuff like that. So I'm just going to be, doing a showcase and explaining all the different mechanics and stuff. So the first thing you're going to want to find out is how do you make power charges to get Pinnicle of Power. So we get this node right here called Infusion of Power. Gain a power charge when you consume an elemental infusion. And this build revolves all around elemental remnants and infusions. So we hit Frost Bomb, and my Frost Bomb's in weapon set 2, as with everything else. So weapon set 2. We hit Frost Bomb. We get many different types of infusions. Then we hit Firestorm. Then we gain 8 power charges in total because we are generating infusions and consuming them. Then we switch over back to weapon set 1. Then we just hit our Pinnicle power button. We have a minute on that, and we just keep repeating everything in the process. Then we run out. And yeah, that's how we generate power charges to get Pinnicle power. Let's talk about gear for a little bit. Of course, you're going to want to get an Adona Zebra Scaffing 1 with Pinnicle of Power and +1 to maximum power charges. Then we're going to get the Comet Auto Web. This is another really important piece of gear to get, just because we get life remnants and we put all of our skills onto life tap. And make sure to get a good amulet with high crit chance, levels of spells and stuff like that. And then I get Alpha Salo Armor Cap just to get even more spirit to get both cast on crit and cast on elemental ailment. Then I get a high in spirit scepter. And then also you're gonna want to get these braces. They give you 250% crit damage bonus because we don't have any crit damage bonus in any of these nodes. So make sure to get that. And yeah, that's pretty much what you need to do for gear. And then you can get any sort of ratings. Doesn't really matter which ones you get. So since we are casting so much power and generating so much energy for cast on elemental ailment and cast on crit, I put 2 comets because Pinnicle of Power, you gain elemental damage and the ability to apply elemental elements with other damage types, which is insane. Insane to me that you could do that. So we have that. And we're generating so much energy for these 2. And that's why I put 2 comets instead of 1. And I have 1 comet right here and Living Bomb to make them fire infused. For damage nodes, I just like to go with any like 40 increase elemental damage, 30% elemental damage, and then right here, ignited, shocked, and chilled. That's about another 90% increased damage. And then for like weapons at 1, I got like freeze build up and stuff like that. You're gonna want freeze build up because when you, that's mainly for bosses, because when you freeze a boss, it is a ridiculous amount of energy you get for your elemental ailment and your cast on crit, and it just pours down comets. I'll do a little showcase of the build after I'm done explaining everything. But anyway, for weapon set 2, you're just going to want to get all of the power charge nodes. Power charge, power charge, power charge. Make sure not to do this one. This one's really important. And yeah, that's basically the tree. Now for the Ascendancy, go Stormweaver because of 2 reasons. Reason number one is refracted infusion and storm recollection. Refracted infusion is when collecting elemental infusion, get another different elemental infusion, and that's how we are generating so many different infusions. That's why you see there's like so many different like ice ones, and sometimes you can create like different ones too. And then storm recollection, remnants can be collected from 50% further away. That's alright. But remnants you create reappear once 3 seconds after being collected. That's crazy. That is insane. That means all of these are reappearing. So let's say if you create 3 like cold remnants, 3 more are gonna show up after those 3 seconds, which is crazy. Then I got like arcane intensity and 2% increased spell damage for 100 maximum mana, and I have a lot of maximum mana. And I got Eldritch Battery, converts all energy shield to mana, and then I got Mind Over Matter, all damage is taken from mana before life. Just because we are using life tap as our main source of mana, because we basically never run out of mana at that point. Yeah, that's basically everything. This is what you need. I also got Blasphemy just for survivability, temporal change and stuff like that. And yeah. Oh, I also got Elemental Storm too, just for more ailments. So now we're gonna showcase it. I don't think I have any Abyss tablets right now, but it's okay. So as soon as you enter the map, you're gonna want to put down your frost bombs. Then you're gonna want to put down firestorm. Put down charges 0 to weapons at 1. Then you have Pinnicle power, and you use a couple of frost too. And as you can see, the comets just come pouring down. And we are doing 102 base damage, 102,000 base damage, and we're actually doing even more because we have cold infused stuff. So we were actually around doing 173,000 base damage. And we're really doing even more because of all of our rolls. And sometimes you can just like firestorm too. But I usually just do ice snow. I usually do like the firestorm for like abysses and stuff like that. Or like pumpkins. So much better. And we are consistently getting fire infusions because of Living Bomb. And it's just amazing. Everyone is dying. Oh, make sure to not forget to use power charge 2, and then so he's not going to be casting that many more comets. We're at the boss, and I'll show you how the boss works. So all you literally need to do is put down Frostbound, push back over to weapons at 1, put down Firestorm, and then spam Ice Snow Weapon. And as you can see, it's just ridiculous. It is ridiculous the amount of comments come down. But yeah, this is basically the gist of the build. It is a very fun build. I have a lot of fun with it. I did take some inspiration from another build which is really similar to this build, but I just added some different tweaks and stuff, like I added cast out crit, and I changed some around. And I changed some armor just to make it better. But even without Pinnacle of Power, you still just destroy everything. But just Pinnacle of Power just does so much damage. You're just casting a bunch of fiery comets down. But yeah, guys, this was my first ever walkthrough of a build. I really hope you did enjoy this video. And sorry if I did, you know, stutter a little bit on some of those parts. And this is my like first video I've made like with my real voice. But no, yeah, this build I really hope casts on like crit will not get hurt from 0.5, because if it does, this build is not really gonna be manageable. I mean, it's still gonna be manageable if cast on elemental ailment, or like ailments or infusions don't get nerfed. Then this build will survive, but this build is ridiculous. It does hundreds of thousands of damage to bosses. It kills bosses in seconds. Like 234,000, and it just scales up so much more. It's just ridiculous. But yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed this video.